Hello, 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 Instagram. No, it's not Instagram. I'm not doing Instagram here. Hello, hello, Facebook. Hello, LinkedIn. While I'm waiting for us to get started on Breakfast with Champions, I'm going to play a little promo video for you. If I get started early, it's okay. But here you go. Here you go.
Welcome to Mind, Body, and Soul Awakening, a show where we celebrate resilience and inspire transformation. Our guests share their stories of how they overcame a traumedy and turned it into a triumph. I am your host, Stars Tina. Get excited and let's have some fun.
Hey, family, I'm here. I was looking for my moon water, but it's gone. Good. Thank you, thank you. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. I'm a little sad right now. I just went outside to look for my moon water, Maryland, and it's gone. It's gone. I don't know if a neighbor took it. Maybe my cleaning sister took it. But last night, it was a beautiful water bottle. I'm sure my sister did. She is like the cleanest of them all. It's like you put something down, you're not even finished eating your food and she's taking your plate. But anyway, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I am Stars Tina, so grateful and excited to be here. If you want to see my face, if you want to see what's going on in the building, jump on Facebook, jump on LinkedIn, and click that link and do me a favor, subscribe. I want to give a great big shout out to, I have to scroll back to her name, Angela, girlfriend. I'm going to go to your Instagram. It's so great to see you. We'll hear you. And I get what you're saying because, you know, we hear each other's voices, right? So it's like we know each other. And when I went to Mary Lynn's event, I'm going up to everyone, hey, how you doing? What's your name? Who are you? I'm excited. And I went up to this one girl and she's like, you don't know who I am? I was like, I know. So I'm like, no, I don't know who you. She actually got upset, Angela, because I didn't know who she was. I'm like, girl, do you know how many people I talk to every day? Do you know how many people I see? And she had an attitude the whole time. With that being said, make sure you come to these events. I am Stars Tina, so excited, life and health coach. And I'm just going to scroll through. You're in Breakfast with Champions, the #1 morning show. And if you have not subscribed to our Facebook page, jump on in there. We love our Trisha girl who's all over the place. When am I seeing you, Trisha? Are you coming to South Carolina, Trisha? Let us know in the chat. You know, she's always writing on YouTube. That's why I love her. When you come to Breakfast and brother, I'm doing that on purpose. When you come to Breakfast with Champions, we're going to bring you all the motivation. What motivates you? Let me tell you guys. If you probably heard me the other day. I got extremely emotional. But I was telling you, I was in the valley. The valley is coming up. It's coming. I'm getting towards that mountaintop. And I don't know what happened. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning, 1:30, probably 2:30, because my time change is different here. And I could not sleep. And I've taught myself, if I'm in bed and I can't sleep, I'm just not going to sit there and toss and turn. Okay, the first 15, 20 minutes, I'm like, let me play some music. Maybe that'll put me to sleep. But the music did not put me to sleep. So I'm like, get up, girl. You know, what am I going to do? Where am I going to go? And I've been planning to go to Jersey. I was going to go on Tuesday and I was going to take a later flight. I said, you know what, Tina, just get up. So I got up at 1:30, started packing and cleaning and all that wonderful stuff. And I want to give a big shout out to this person right here. And some of you may know her. Some of you may not know her. And we were in a room yesterday. We were in a training. And someone said, oh, Renee, are you? And I'm showing her on camera right now. They were like, are you on Clubhouse? And I just want to give a great big acknowledgement to this beautiful white girl here with this blonde hair because if it were not for Renee, you know, she just does all the back end stuff. You know, she makes me look good. We have now cultivated our meetings. They're 5:15 in the morning. You know, I start 4 o'clock in the morning from 4 to 5. That's my self-care. So I just wanted to acknowledge you, Renee, because when they said, who was Renee? I was like, what? Like, if you don't know Renee, you don't know Tina. So Renee, put your head up, sweetheart. Say hello to the peeps in here and tell them a little bit about us, girlfriend.
Good morning, everyone, and happy Friday. I just want to welcome you to this space At Elite Stars, we empower you to be the very best that you can be with your mind, your body, and your soul. We bring all of those elements into total alignment. And we are so grateful that you've joined us here this morning.
Yay, thank you. Okay, let me get back on track, guys. I have notes here. I have all this wonderful stuff. Highlight of the week. Okay, that was for the first. Today is Friday. It's Friday. It's Friday. I don't know about you, but I'm super excited. I have a special guest with me today to knock this segment out. If you guys don't know, actually, I don't think I introduced myself, but I'm sure you all know me, so it's not about me. Hi, Kylie. Hey, girl. Hey. Did you guys know that everyone here has a seat at the table? Did you know that? I see River in the building. I remember when I first heard the term Grand Rising River. I was like, what is that about? Like, who says that? And some people say when you say good morning, it's like a morning or something, but I love that, Grand Rising. And so I have a special guest speaking with me today. Rudy, good morning. Would you like to introduce yourself to the peeps as I get my mind together?
Great. My name is so excited for this conversation. I cannot wait to get started. I cannot wait to interact with all the peeps. Breakfast with champions. Listen, this life is a race, guys, but it's not to the swift, it's not to the strong, but it's those that endures the race until the end. Those that don't quit, keeps getting up, keeps going, keeps pushing, keeps fighting. And I'm here to win the race of my life to the end of my day. So thank you so much for having me this morning. I'm so excited for this conversation.
Awesome. I remember when 30 minutes was like hard for me to fill. And right now, guys, I have so much stuff that I have to squeeze into this 30 minutes. But another person that I want to acknowledge that I am so stinking proud of, like Jersey's in the building. Ramon Ray, can we just all unmic? I thought yesterday was his grand, appearance. If you guys aren't following Ramon Ray on YouTube, please subscribe. He has an amazing show. Ramon, I just want to say, is he even still in the room? Oh no, he's still there with his little Ernie. Yay!
He's there.
All righty. So with that being said, today we're going to be talking about how to keep the fire burning. Now, did anyone set any type of New Year's resolutions or 2 New Year's goals or targets? Maybe you said I'm going to lose X amount of weight. Maybe you said I'm going to read X amount of books. How's that going? How's it going for you? We're at I think it's the 11th or 12th right now, and I want you to be honest. Come on now, be honest. Write it in the chat. How is it going? Is anyone messed up? Or are you still on track? And by the way, for any of those looking to get fit, healthy, and blessed, this is the last week I did a prep for my 6-week challenge. Rudy and another client was a part of that. This is our last week, and I don't know about you guys, but I feel supercharged. I've really dialed into my rituals, my mindset, and this challenge is for anyone who's looking to just change everything about them, a transformation. It's all about the mindset, right? In my challenge, I'm going to teach you about journaling, reading, meditation, all that great stuff, and then the body with the workout classes, and the soul, that inner work, and having those hard conversations and doing the challenging things that we all try to avoid, right? A little bit of EI stuff and that sort of stuff. Rudy, would you like to share how your 6 weeks went so that those that are going to sign up today, and by the way, Renee, you can click the link at the top. Anyone that wants to sign up, can you tell them how your 6 weeks went? Maybe he can, maybe he can't. Looks like he's muted there.
Hear me?
Now I can, yes.
All right, perfect. My 6 weeks, wow. That's definitely in the middle of the 6 weeks, I gotta say. It was like, no. What I have to remind myself after I was able to recover is that even though it was a 6-week challenge, at the end of the day, things move, right? Life goes on, things continue. And ultimately, what I have to remind myself is that even though I wasn't able to complete it fully, but what I gained from it is the ability for me to know that I can do it. Because up until that point, I was probably working out maybe every other day. Sometimes I'd skip 3 or 4 days. Now I'm up every day. Excuse me, every day. What's going on with my voice today? I'm up every day working out. I'm up, even if I miss a workout in the morning, I'll make it up in the afternoon or evening. That wasn't the case before. And so I'm just excited to know that no matter where you are in your journey, even if you miss a few days, even if you didn't make, the challenge that you were looking to make, but life still goes on. Opportunity is still there for you to continue in that race. So that's where I'm at.
I love it. Thank you. And thank you for being my first guy after COVID to train and coach, because before COVID, I would coach men and women, and it was fun, guys. Like in the beginning, the men were like out of shape and overweight, and like I could beat them at everything. I loved it. I remember this one guy I was training, we were in the park and I'm running, I'm passing him by, and then 2-3 months later, he was just like, no. So if anyone, men or women, looking for a 6-week challenge, and I have an amazing bonus price that's happening, $25 to jump in. It's group classes. It's also nutrition. Renee made an amazing, beautiful booklet for nutrition, because if you didn't know, 80% of the way you look is by what you're eating, peeps, by what you're eating, what you're putting in your mouth. Are you feeding your soul, or are you just killing it? Right? So that's included in the program as well. And we're getting started on today's topic. All right. The title. But before we get into the title, I already went over the title. Before we get into the topic, I told you it's how to keep the fire burning. Keep that fire burning. The new moon, I mentioned that. And last night as I was a little, guys, I don't know what the heck is. I don't know if it's the moon. I don't know if it's the stars. I don't know what. But I've been like roller coastering. I start out great in the morning, then it gets wonky as the day goes by. And I was sitting outside looking at the sky last night. It was probably 4 or 5 o'clock. I don't know. It was beautiful, beautiful blue sky and these huge clouds. They were huge and they were moving so fast. It was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And then I saw the sun behind the clouds. And then there was this beautiful sun ray, and sun goes down, and then now it's dark outside. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's new moon. I have to write my intentions. And I'm like, okay, bye, Jimmy. Have a good day. Want to see? Come here, Jay. This is my sister's husband. He is amazing. Can you see? You gotta stick your head over here. So he's amazing. He's so smart, guys. Oh my gosh. I tell you, get off the track, right? Okay, where was it? Oh yes, the new moon, my intentions. So an intention refers to a person's mental state or purpose behind a specific action or decision. It is the conscious or deliberate aim that guides one's thoughts and behaviors. Intentions often reflect what someone intends to achieve or the desired outcome of their actions. In various contexts, understanding someone's intention is crucial. I repeat, is crucial for interpreting their behavior, communication, and actions. So if you're wondering why someone's acting a certain sort of way, we'll figure out, well, what is their intention? Trish, happy birthday to your only daughter tomorrow. She's so grateful to be her mother. Got to shout her out for those moms' birthdays. My daughter talks about intentions all the time. If you tend to do yoga a lot, they say that a lot. And this morning when we did our yoga class, I'm like, what is your intention? What do you plan on getting? So do I have number one or do you have it? Rudy, you have number one. So today we're going to give you 7 tips. We're kind of on track, kind of off. We should be halfway done now, but that's okay. Rudy has number 1 in how to keep the fire burning. You're up.
Number 1, keep the fire burning, guys. Tina talks about feel the feel, right? Talks about feeling the feeling, embrace the emotion of it all, right? Acknowledge that your emotions and understanding your commitment isn't just about showing up when it's easy, but also when it's challenging. Listen, I had a coach, he used to tell me there's only 2 times you show up, when you feel like it and when you don't. And so understanding that you're not going to feel that it's great. Sometimes it's going to feel hard. Sometimes downright, you just not want to get up and do it. Whatever it is that you want to do. And here's the thing about change. Change is never comfortable. It's inconvenient. It's not at the right time. Something always wants to come up in that space, whether it's the kids, whether it's work, whether it's being sick, whatever it is. Understand that you're going to feel all these emotions when these changes are taking place in your body. Your mind's going to tell you, what are you doing? Like, what is this? What is this workout thing? What is this burpees? Like, what is this eating healthy? Or what is this sitting down and meditating or sitting down and praying? It's going to be uncomfortable, but guess what? Go through the fields and do it anyway. Go ahead.
I love it. Thank you. All right, family and friends. My computer is frozen, but that's okay. Someone said, "Oh, sugars, am I not muted?" Sorry, I didn't unmute myself. Sorry. I was saying just all the technique stuff's happening this morning. My computer's totally frozen, so I can't see anything. But I do have my numbers, and I have number 2, which is confront the consequences. Pretty much envision the alternative. And if you're writing notes, you can write down what is on the other side. If you don't reach your targets, if you don't reach the goals, if you don't do the things that you want to do, what's going to happen? Like, consider the consequences. For example, my focus this year is all about speaking. Why? So that I can transform the world. Why? So that my son's death has a meaning. Why do I want to do that? Because it gives me a purpose. It gives me a reason to get up. It makes me feel like I can breathe. Next week, I have the opportunity to go to Rahway and speak to the 6th graders, my daughter and myself. I got one of the councilmen in the town to come with me. And we're going to be talking about the No More Traumedy workbook for children, because everyone goes through traumas and tragedies, right? Which is a traumedy. So we're going to teach them while they're young how to find out what's going on in their head. And I realized, being here with my little niece who's 7 years old, I have little conversations with her. And I was like, how's school? And she's like, yeah, I give my lunch out to my friends. Her mom packs her all these snacks. And I'm like, why? And she said, so I can have friends. That's how I make friends, by giving them food. And I was like, no, sweetheart, you don't do that. And then it got me thinking about little girls as they get older, where someone may say, well, show me a picture of you. Well, wear this. So my daughter and I and this councilman together, we're going to speak with the kids, and I'm making a workbook to go with my book. And in my mind, I have it with me so you could see it. And all of the elementary schools in Rahway district, will have this course. It's going to be every quarter. We're going there and doing assemblies. So if I don't do what I say I'm going to do, if I don't keep this fire burning, guess what? There's going to be hundreds of children that aren't going to learn, that aren't going to see the light. And you have to be specific about what you want, right? So the particular school I'm going to, there's 90 6th graders, and there's 4 of the schools there, and then we're going to the elementary school. So you have to be specific what you want, or it's not going to happen. All right, back to you, Rudy, with number 3.
Number 3 of keeping the fire. You have to actually be authentic. What minutes matter? So it provides a solid foundation for your resolutions, making them more meaningful and sustainable. Listen, I'm no stranger to be able to hear this. How many people have heard before? I'm doing this for my kids. I'm doing this for my mother. I'm doing this for my brother. I'm doing this for my spouse. We hear that all the time, but let's just be honest here. Sometimes it's not about doing it for other people. Sometimes I'm doing this for myself. I'm doing this because I'm sick and tired of feeling the same way. I'm doing this because I'm sick and tired of getting paid the same. I'm doing this because I'm sick and tired of being overweight or underweight. I'm doing this because I want to be healthier. I'm doing this because I want to show up to the graduation 10 years from now. I'm doing this because all the things that are external outside of myself is not enough of a strong why. Therefore, I'm doing this for me. And it's okay to say that. It's okay to be real with the reason why you're doing it and have that in the forefront of your mind, because that is going to be the motivating factor. That's going to be the drive. When I lost that 40 pounds a couple years ago when COVID hit, man, I felt so great. And I felt that, you know what, I did this for me because I was tired of feeling lethargic. I was tired of the way that I would look in the mirror. It's like, oh. And you know what? It's one thing to say, yeah, I'm going to do this. But it's another thing to actually know the reason why, deep down inside, why it matters. So make sure you're authentic about why it matters to you. Back to you.
I love it. All right, number 4. And we're kind of on track. I'm excited. I'm going to keep this one short. Number next, just do it. Nike has the best tagline, just do it. Actions speak louder than words. I say that all the time. And one of my biggest pet peeves is when someone doesn't keep their word. And I think because I really drilled that into my children so much, you may not have the money, you may not have the cars, you may not have the good looks, but you have your word. If you say you're going to do something, then do it. Follow through is so very important. Throwing it to you, Rudy, since we're kind of like off our time track. You're up next. Again, just do it, guys. If you're just coming into the room, we are talking about how to keep the fire burning. It's the new year. We have goals and things. You're up. With the number next for Rudy.
The next one, there we go. The next one is visualizing the success, right? Visualizing why it matters. Have a vision board. By constantly visualizing your desired outcomes, it creates a powerful mental image that reinforces your commitment and keeps your objectives in focus. Listen, I have a check that is written out to me for $100,000, and that check is sitting in front of me every single day. I have certain goals, certain things that I want, that I desire out of life, that is sitting in front of me every single day. I have certain mantras that I say to myself when I want to remind myself of these things every single day. You have to visualize what it is that you wanted to be. And I had a coach said to me, she said, you want this specific, do you want this car? I said, yeah, I want this car. I want this car. She said, I'm saying, okay, great. Don't just have a picture of the car. Allow yourself for a moment to just sit somewhere. I don't care if it's a raggedy chair. Sit in that chair and visualize the feeling of what you feel when you're in that car. Because at the end of the day, it's probably not about the specific car more than it is about the feeling of what it feels like to drive the specific car, or to be in this specific relationship, or to be in the shape of your life, or to have this success that you're looking for. So visualize what that feels like, because it isn't the feeling of it. You're going to continue this race. You're going to say, you know what? I know I dropped the ball a day ago. I know I dropped the ball a week ago, but I want to feel great. I feel that I can do this. I feel that there is something that is waiting for me on the other side of this pain, or this turmoil, or this change, or this uncomfortable. Feel it. All right, you're next.
Dude, you are pumping me up over here. Let me tell you guys. Feelings. Did anyone count how many times he said the word feelings? Makes me think of that song, Feelings. Anyway, most of the things we do is because of what we feel, right? And I have to quote one of my favorite speakers, Adam Smith. Is it a feeling or is it a fact? Because sometimes we get all caught up in our feelings, right? We have these ideas. I'm gonna keep going because I could go on forever. My number next. Your vibe is your tribe. All right, that is so important. The way you're going to keep the fire burning is having an accountability partner. As I told you, if it wasn't for Renee, I would just be whatever. Last year was super, super amazing. 12 weeks in a year. I hear a few people are actually reading that book. And 12 weeks in a year, pretty much you're focusing on certain things for 12 weeks. And last year we had 2 really long meetings, like 3 hours long. This is what we're going to do. This is what we're going to do. And things that, just really weren't working good. I'm like, something's got to change. And that's where you have to reevaluate what's going on, right? That's why we have our 5 a.m. meetings, the accountability of it. If this isn't working, then take this out. Another thing that's important, why it's great to have a vibe, is to have a tribe, is because you inspire one another. And you want to have different tribes, family. You want your workout tribe. You may have your spiritual tribe where you go to church. But if you're in my fitness, guys, we have all sorts of spiritual stuff. By the way, click that link and join the 6-week challenge. Another type of tribe you might have are mentors, people you look up to. It's so important that you do that. So your vibe is your tribe, your vibration. When you walk into a room, are you lighting it up? Are you smiling? Are you bringing the fun, the energy, the joy, the peace, the happiness? Because I don't know about you, but I don't want to be around people that just kind of suck the energy out of the room. So if you notice, like, well, where's Tina? What's going on? Well, my energy is probably not all the way up. But the great thing about me, I always say when you're up, you're up. When you're down, you're down. When you're in between, you're neither up nor down. But for me, when I'm like, I'm not going to say down. So I'm going to say I'm like normal people. I'm like normal people. That's what I'm going to say. I'm just sitting there, just with a little smile. And right now, I'm doing pretty good. So anyway, keep that tribe around you. Number next, over to you, Rudy.
And the final one is have faith in the journey. Have faith in the journey. Maintain the faith. During moments of doubt, trust that a higher power has your back. Believing in yourself and having faith that everything will fall into place can be a source of strength. Believe me when I tell you, there were times when I had a specific goal in mind, and I didn't know how I was going to be able to do it. I just had no clue. I mean, it seemed like this was just a daunting task. It seemed like, man, are you really going to be able to do this? Will you really be able to face this challenge? when there was a challenge of having a conversation with someone, or a challenge of facing some failures, or a challenge of a divorce, or a challenge of having to leave somebody behind. I've seen those. I've experienced each and every one of those scenarios. And what I know is that in the face of those challenges, it was my faith that really kept me going. It was believing that there is a higher purpose in this. There is a higher power at play. There is a God that is working for me and in my behalf. And I know that at the end of the day, it is all working out for my good. And it's all working out for my good. No matter what it looks like, it is all working out for my good. Last thing I'll say is sometimes you're sitting in the car and your car is not working and you don't know what to do. You're in a panic. I literally saw that situation the other day. And oftentimes what we do is we just sit in the car and the sorrow of it all. Listen, get out the car. Start pushing. And I promise you, while you're pushing, along the way will come other people who will you won't even have to ask them. As a matter of fact, they'll just see you pushing through and they'll start pushing through with you. That's how God works. Don't just sit there in the car. Just allow yourself to go through it. It's okay. We'll go through it. I'm going to listen to my sad song for a little bit. I'm going to be all right. I'm going to sit outside, watch the sun and watch the sky and listen to the birds for just a little bit. But then along the way will come somebody who will help you push because God knows that you need it. My name is Rudy LaRose. Relinquish this mic.
Thank you, Rudy. To wrap everything up, we said, number 1, feel the feels. Number 2, what is on the other side if you don't keep that fire burning? Number 3, be honest with your why. Number 4, just do it. Number 5, craft a vision. And number 6, your vibe is your tribe. And number 7, maintain your faith. In addition to considering all the stuff that we mentioned today, I really want you to go deeper into who you are. As I mentioned, I run an online fitness boutique studio, and we have an amazing tribe. If you want to join the Shooting Stars Collective, tap into that. If you want to tap into our 6-week program, do that. I do one-on-one life and health coaching. We also have group coaching, and we're expanding our retreats this year. I'm loving all the meetings. We're going to have a retreat in Costa Rica, Roatan, and Bermuda. Go to the link in the chat for all those things. And it's just an expansion of all the things that we do with the mindset, with the heart set, with the nutrition, all those values just really coming through. We have some space here. We'd love to hear from you guys. And Rudy, thank you so much for joining me this morning. Unmic, say your name if you have a question, comment. Would love to hear from you.
Hey, Tina, it's Linda. Good morning.
Hey, girl, hey.
Hey, love, how are you?
Go ahead.
Great segment. Thank you so much for sharing this morning and for sharing your guests with us. I think the thing that actually stood out for me this morning was whose eyes light up when you walk into.
Love that. I posted that. I love it.
Exactly. So the reason that's resonating with me is because I feel sometimes we can create energy in a room that's either positive or negative, depending on how far in our heads we are. And so when we are in a space and we are bringing the light to the room, it's a much different feeling because then you energize the people around you. And I think that's something that you do very well, Stars. Your energy allows other people to open themselves up to possibility. And so I just love the segment this morning. Let us all create that energy where we can be the light in someone else's world. And who knows what we will spark in the process. This is Linnell Burns. I'll go ahead and pass the mic back to you, Stars.
Yay. Go for it. I thought I heard somebody. Did I hear somebody?
It was me. Hey, Miss Tina.
Hey, girl, hey.
Girl, I love you so much. I love your points, and your vibe is your tribe. And I love how, first of all, you are so honest about where you're at, how you're feeling, what you're feeling, and then in that awareness, you share about how you reset and how you refocus back to what it is that you actually want. And what do you want is like to not be around energy drains and the leeches and all this stuff. So God, I love it. And I also appreciate what Ruby was saying about his coach or whoever mentored him and told him, you know, you have to visualize, you have to swim in it, you have to take the time to experience it. And when I would tell my daughter these different things, she's the one who finally got it to me to help me summarize it. She was like, so what you're saying, Mom, is that I just need to engage all 5 senses? And I was like, yes, daughter.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I do want to love it. I do want to thank you all for coming to the space. Thank you, Renee. We see our Ramon here, right? One more thing I forgot. I don't know how I forgot because the competition is right next to me. You guys know Ramon has an event coming up April 18th, and Renee's going to put it in there. My computer is like totally done, so I have to leave to do a client. But this event is the Entrepreneurs Summit. Ramon, if you're able to unmic and tell the people about your event.
Entrepreneurs
Yeah.
Conference and Awards, April 18th, with Seth Godin, Mike McCallum, for a profit. First, it'll be hosted most likely at Factory Institute of Technology, Midtown, New York. At least 300 people or more, and we will have somebody, some people will be on stage winning an award, the Entrepreneur's Genius of the Year award. Maybe that will be Stars Tina, unless TM or others beat her out. That's the bottom line.
Did you guys hear us at the Fashion Institute? That means you got to get your outfits ready, ladies. Who is coming? Let's go. I'm excited. Whew. All right, guys, I got to go. Glenn Rudin's in the building. I'm here Mondays, 5 a.m., kicking in the doors. If you're in Jersey, swing by tomorrow, Rawway, Sneaker Ball, or just hit me up. All right, peace and a bottle of Hermes. Bye.
Wow, hard to maintain that level of energy as you just heard, and you just heard Linnell talking about how that energy can be infectious, and it can raise the level of the room, or it can take the level of the room down. So, listen, as much as you can, you surround yourself with people who bring that kind of energy. The Ramon